kids. Mississippi River, the Ole Miss, the old man. Deep river, my home is over Jordan.
Welcome to Illinois.
And hello everyone, Gabe the Izzard here. I am in Cairo, Illinois, just crossed over the mighty Mississippi from Missouri into Illinois. And according to this placard, there's been people here in Cairo, Illinois as early as 1721. And it's also a very historical place because Lewis and Clark came here and stayed about 6 days. The third principal meridian is located about 1,700 feet north of where I'm standing. This is the convergence of the Ohio River and the Mississippi, basically standing right there. Just over the river in that tight bridge are these informational placards. November 14th, 1803. Lewis and Clark were right here surveying, and they actually went out into the middle of the Ohio and Mississippi River to mark a point. Pretty interesting. Very extremely steep steps, almost ladder style, brings me to the top of this platform. But first, just a spot of these yellow jackets. Up some more steps. Here you have a dredger in the Mississippi. Over here, through the trees, is some barges on the Ohio. This over there is Kentucky. This right here where I'm standing is Illinois. And that over there is Missouri. And basically where this boat is the three corners of these three states. Here in the middle of the mouth of the Ohio as moving into the Mississippi River, which continues on down to the Gulf of Mexico. There it is. In all three states right there, that boat. According to this informational placard, Marquette and Joliet glided past this point in 1673. So there's been people coming here or Europeans for a long time. And LaSalle even explored this place 10 years later, which He was the one that named my hometown Le Petit Roux, Little Rock. And there is a large structure here. Don't know what this is. But this informational placard here says proceeding on. Lewis and Clark. And there is the bridge that will take you into Kentucky. Gee, Dad, can we go on it? No. And that's the bridge that I just traveled over. Man, it was skinny. It's very cool because you can definitely tell that the Mississippi is flowing this direction and the Ohio is flowing this direction, and they are making the mix right here. You can actually hear the mix. This guy didn't quite make it. As many of you know, there's lots of shipping on these rivers, and here is a cable buried into this dirt and sand used for shipping. Here at the Magnolia Manor in beautiful Cairo, Illinois, it's a very interesting town, an old river town. And we drove through the downtown. There was lots of dilapidated buildings, but some very beautiful buildings. And this is one that is supposed to be open, so we're gonna check it out. Well, this answers the question, but you can still look around the property. Big, huge doors leading in. And I wonder if this bell works. It did buzz. Magnolia tree. This building has been placed on the National Historic Register of Places. Directly across the street is a house that's seen better days. And then right next door to it is the River Lore Mansion. And it is a very nice looking house. Right there, kind of looks like the Villa Marie from in Little Rock. Looks a lot like it. And it's on this really cool street of brick that is divided. A divided road right here. According to this information placard, this was purchased by the city of Cairo to be preserved and open to the public, but it doesn't really look like it is right now. So we're on the road and we stopped in at a place called Mike's Drive-In, and here is a pineapple whip. We already ate the food, it's gone. And I got a strawberry banana shake that I'm eating with a spoon, and it has got to be one of the greatest milkshakes I've ever had. And it's here at Mike's Drive-In. It's the old drive-in style. You can pull up and they'll come out and put the food on your window, or you can go inside and eat like we did. And then froze once we started to eat ice cream. So in many of my travels, I always come to these little towns, and what is a small town without a town gazebo, or as they call it, band shelter? Right here on the corner of the town square. But this isn't your ordinary town square. I'm in Benton, Illinois. And it is where the first Beatle came to America. That's right, George Harrison came here before the Fab Four came in that famous picture where they walk down the stairs of the airplane. He came here to visit his sister. They came here, they camped down in the Garden of the Gods. He bought a guitar here. He sang Happy Birthday at Bokeh Ball Club in Benton. He even did a radio interview for a local teenager named Marcia Schaefer. He's the first interview by a Beatle in America. He returned to England and then came back with the Fab Four that said, hey, there's a great place in America. Let's go sing over there. And they became popular and famous. And that's the story. I'm gonna go check out what's happening over here in the town of Benton. Unlike a lot of the other town squares, this one has a very modern municipal building here in the center and lots of people. This is a very happening square. So on this square is the county seat antique mall, which encompassed this building and this building. And just going in there, there was lots of stuff, and the building itself was really cool because you could tell where this was. Upstairs were all offices in the front section. They each had their individual doors. It was pretty neat. Gonna catch up and see some other cool stuff right off the square. In front of the Franklin County Preservation Society, the Historic Jail Museum, which this is the jail right there, is this large set of gallows that were actually used. And this is on here, Berger's last stand, or Berger's. Notorious gangster Charlie Berger dropped into history as the last execution by hanging in Illinois. And just in case the hanging didn't kill him, they had a howitzer here ready to, I don't know if that's a howitzer, big large artillery ready to annihilate him. Inside the jail museum is the actual rope used to hang Charlie Berger, the murderer and alcohol smuggler. And this is the sheriff's residence in the front, which would also have the jail attached to the back. And the wife of the sheriff would prepare meals for the prisoners and then slide them through that little caged bars to a trustee to feed the prisoners. This is the door that closes, and I am standing in the jail, and that is the sheriff's residence. That's the window where they would have the food sent in, and then the cell block is right down here, and they would have the prisoners locked up in this jail cell. The bed and a toilet facing each other. And this is really cool because this has not been restored or made new. This is old like it was when they left it. And I'm not sure when. Here's a look at the gallows that are right outside of the cell. So they would be looking at the gallows while they're doing their time in jail. These are the arms that would unlock the cells. You pull this lever up to unlock, and then pull that lever, but it's locked, to open the doors.
Hands back. They are not forgiving.
Wow. This is Charlie Berger's cell right here. They gave him a fully loaded machine gun because people wanted to kill him before he was executed. And the gallows right there. Entering back into the residential, they have a area for John Logan, which was a Civil War general and also a vice president candidate. He was not vice president, but they have a nice exhibit for him in here. He was from Benton, Illinois. And they did let the wife out of the jail cell. So right here is the actual radio equipment that George Harrison was broadcast when he came to visit his sister. And that's the actual microphone that they used right there. And they have a room dedicated to Doug Collins, who was a basketball player. And that is his warm-up suit that he played when he played for the 76ers in 1976. And that's a picture of a young George Harrison here on the town square. Right there. All right, so the jail was really cool. And now one more stop while we're here in Benton. And then we're headed to Red Hills State Park. That's where we're staying the night. Got a 2-hour drive. I hope I don't see anything cool because it makes me want to stop. But I will. This is the house of George Harrison's sister. George Harrison slept here in Benton, Illinois. Now it's broke up into apartments and it's a bed and breakfast. This little doggy needs to use the restroom. One thing about taking the back roads is you do get large farm equipment in the road. This tractor is so big, it takes up the entire road. Made it to campsite 87. Got everything set up here at Red Hills State Park in Illinois. I have the lake behind us, and there's a little fishing dock that I'm gonna go check out. This is a pretty nice little camping area. They had our reservation tag already in the holder. Campsite has electricity. It does not have water at each campsite. There's a water spigot, which is kind of a bummer, but it's livable. Tonight we're gonna go into the town of Ole Miss and get some pizza. Whoa. But look at this. Guess that's a private home over there. Someone fishing right there. And I'm gonna walk on this dock. I did not have a fishing license for Illinois, so I won't be doing any fishing. And it's a buoyant pier. These are on flotations. Cool. There's the moon. And there's the camper. The site does have its own picnic table and fire pit. Even out here in the wilderness, there's 5 bars of 5G. And wait a minute, is that Jesus? So we got to Joe's Pizza in Olney and went with the Sicilian on the regular crust. I didn't do the Chicago style. So we'll see what we get. And here I am again for the second time today at Casey's General Store. Not the same location, but a different location. The moon is in the sky, and I just loaded up on lots of pizza from Joe's Pizza. It was okay. It was a 6 out of 10. Good. That's about it. I'm feeling up. Tomorrow brings another day. Go ahead, tag along for earlier, and go ahead, tag along for yesterday, and tomorrow you'll get to tag along. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Later.